There is a truck sitting in a factory in Zhengzhou, China, right now that Ford's CEO publicly called a great product, and you cannot buy it. It has 430 horsepower, a 5,500-pound tow rating, 62 miles of electric range, and a spray-in-bed liner that comes from the factory as standard equipment. It costs approximately $35,000 in the markets where it is sold. The average new vehicle in America just hit a record $50,000. In this investigation, we're going to expose the tariff weapon that doubled the price before the truck ever reached a port, the software ban that closed the Mexico loophole 6 days before a new administration could reverse it, and the lobbying network that built both weapons while its members were in Arizona tearing the truck down to learn from it. The first villain on our list is a number, 100%. For most of the 20th century, American trade policy on vehicles operated on a simple principle. It was to protect the domestic industry from foreign competition, but not so completely that it stopped having to compete. The Japanese truck invasion of the 1970s forced Detroit to build smaller, more efficient vehicles. The result was better trucks for American buyers. That pressure mechanism has not existed in the pickup segment for a very long time, and what happened on May 14th, 2024 explains why. That was the day the Biden administration announced it would quadruple the tariff on Chinese-made electric vehicles, from 25% to 100%. The same day, BYD held the global debut of the Shark in Mexico City, in front of cameras, in a market one day's drive from the U.S. border. The timing was not coincidental. The announcement had been telegraphed, and BYD had moved its unveiling to Mexico precisely because the company already knew the American door was about to close permanently. Here is what that tariff number actually means in dollars. The BYD Shark's Mexican base price is approximately $44,000. Apply a 100% tariff, and the landed cost in the U.S. exceeds $88,000. That is above the starting price of a Ford F-150 Raptor, a mid-sized truck with the powertrain complexity of a sports car, priced below a loaded Chevy Colorado in every market except the one with 340 million truck buyers. Crosses the ocean and emerges on the other side more expensive than a luxury off-road vehicle. The price did not go up because the truck got worse. The price went up because a regulatory mechanism made it economically impossible. This is the subject of an ongoing lawsuit filed at the U.S. Court of International Trade on January 26, 2026, case number 26-00847. BYD is challenging the legal basis of the tariffs directly, and its lawyers cited the company's 750-person American workforce at its Lancaster, California facility as part of their argument. BYD already employs Americans, according to the court filing. And here is the detail that tells you everything you need to know. In January 2025, Ford President and Chief Executive Officer Jim Farley told CNBC the Shark is a great product. Ford and General Motors both quietly flew the Shark to Arizona for teardown analysis. Terry Wojciechowski, who spent years as GM's chief engineer of full-size trucks, personally examined the vehicle and identified which American products BYD benchmarked: Ford's lighting system, Ford's tailgate step, GM's wax-dipped frame, Toyota's interior layout. The engineers knew exactly what they were looking at. The lobbyists made sure you never get to look at it yourself. According to a Cox Automotive survey conducted in January 2026, 40% of American consumers support Chinese auto brands entering the U.S. market. 49% rate Chinese vehicles as very good or excellent value. That is, consumer demand suppressed by policy, not preference. But the tariff wall had one crack in it. If you build the truck in Mexico and ship it under the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, the tariff disappears. So the pipeline needed a second weapon. The United States-Mexico-Canada agreement exists to allow free movement of goods between three countries. Ford, GM, and Stellantis built their entire North American supply chains around it. It is the treaty that keeps a pickup truck assembled in Michigan economically viable. And it was the exact mechanism BYD was planning to use to reach American buyers. The company had been publicly exploring a Mexican factory for years. The math was straightforward. Assemble in Mexico, ship under that agreement, eliminate the tariff, and compete on product quality. It was the same playbook Honda and Toyota used in the 1980s. On January 14, 2025, 6 days before Donald Trump's inauguration, the Biden Commerce Department finalized a rule banning passenger vehicles with Chinese-origin computer control systems from United States roads. The formal justification was national security. Connected vehicle software could surveil American infrastructure. National Economic Advisor Lael Brainard stated, "China is trying to dominate the future of the auto industry." The Commerce Department also announced plans for separate rulemaking covering commercial vehicles in the near future. The actual effect was surgical. Modern electric vehicles, including the Shark, run deeply integrated Chinese origin software and hardware throughout their connected vehicle systems. There is no straightforward way to substitute those systems without a fundamental vehicle redesign. Any Chinese electric vehicle, regardless of where it was physically assembled, Mexico, Hungary, California, became ineligible for the United States passenger vehicle market. The USMCA loophole closed. The rule was finalized in a lame duck window, specifically because reversing it requires a formal rulemaking process that takes months or years. It was designed to survive a change in administration. Meanwhile, Canada made a different decision. Canada negotiated a deal allowing 49,000 Chinese vehicles annually at a 6.1% tariff as part of an arrangement that lowered Chinese duties on Canadian canola. The BYD Shark 6 is widely expected to be among the first models to arrive in Canada under that agreement. Americans 20 miles south of the border will watch their neighbors drive the truck that American regulatory policy spent 2 years dismantling the pathway to. That gap is not a market outcome, it is a policy outcome, and it was manufactured by the same industry whose lobbyists had one more card to play. The chicken tax is not a new idea. In 1963, the Kennedy administration imposed a 25% tariff on light commercial vehicles, including pickup trucks, in retaliation for European tariffs on American chicken exports. The chicken war ended. The truck tariff never did. For 60 years, Ford, GM, and Stellantis structured their North American truck businesses around the assumption that no foreign competitor would ever face a level playing field in the U.S. pickup market. When Chinese electric vehicles began demonstrating competitive quality at price points that threatened the protected segment, the chicken tax got backup. The Alliance for American Manufacturing lobbied directly for higher tariffs. Its president, Scott Paul, stated publicly he would back an outright ban on Chinese vehicles. Senator Josh Hawley proposed hiking tariffs further. Senator Sherrod Brown proposed an outright ban. The Commerce Department's connected vehicle investigation provided the national security framework that gave pure protectionism the legal cover it needed. The Great Wall Motors story captures what this looks like from the other side. GWM was developing a twin-turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 plug-in hybrid electric vehicle powertrain for a full-size pickup specifically intended for the American market. That development program is now paused. GWM's International Vice President James Yang told Australian media the whole project is stuck in limbo because of the tariff situation, not because the truck does not work. Not because American buyers would not want it, because the political mechanism made it impossible before it ever reached a dealer lot. The scale of what is being blocked is visible in the data. China surpassed Japan as the world's top vehicle exporter in 2025, shipping a record $70 billion in electric vehicles globally. Europe absorbed 40% of those exports. North America took 2%. Chinese electric vehicle exports to Mexico surged 2,367% year over year in November 2025 to 19,344 units in a single month. BYD sold over 75,000 vehicles in Mexico in 2025. The trucks are stacked at Mexican ports, less than a day's drive from American buyers who cannot legally purchase them. The same companies lobbying to keep them out sent engineers to Arizona to study every detail of the truck they were working to exclude. Here is what the smart money is actually watching right now. BYD's lawsuit at the United States Court of International Trade challenges the IEEPA tariff authority directly in open court for the first time. If that case advances, the legal basis for the 100% tariff wall gets scrutinized publicly. Canada's 49,000-unit annual import deal is a working proof of concept. Watch what Canada's truck buyers report about the Shark 6 over the next 12 months. If you are buying a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle midsize truck today, the Ford Ranger plug-in hybrid electric vehicle and the Ram Ramcharger are your options, and neither matches the Shark's power output or electric range at this price tier. The chicken tax protected American automakers for 60 years. The 100% tariff and the software ban are its 2025 upgrade. The question this video is really asking is simple. Who decides what truck you're allowed to buy? Not whether you can afford it. Not whether it's any good. Ford's CEO already answered that question on CNBC. Subscribe if you want to keep getting the answers the lobby does not want you to have.